If you would like to learn skills to become an exceptional speaker, to hold an audience in the palm of your hand, to confidently share your message from stage because you know how you deliver will connect with your audience, our Speaker Success Accelerator program is for you. And I wanted to let you know it's not too late to join. This program runs right through March with 2 live training sessions per week. Every session is recorded so you can catch up on anything you've missed. We also have a VIP tier where you can get additional Q&A sessions and a live in-person session with me in Dubai at the end of March. Now here's the kicker. If you join today, we're also offering a $500 discount because, we know you missed the first sessions. But don't worry because you can always catch up on those recordings. All you need to do is go to lisahugo.com and then send us a message saying, I'm interested to join Speaking Success Accelerator, and we'll get back to you. That's lisahugo.com and just send us a message. Okay, let's get on with the show. Welcome back to Impact Through Voice, everyone. If you've missed some of our last episodes, I'm so glad you're here today. I've got a story for you, and I've got a mindset shift that's going to help you to show up and be a better version of yourself, to make better decisions, to make commitments, to step outside your comfort zone, to pivot when you're stuck in a place when things aren't necessarily working for you anymore, to step beyond what's comfortable and familiar, and yes, sometimes facing that daunting voice in your head that screams, what if I fail? I'm talking today about doing something different, or I would like to call it DSD. So I'm going to start with a story, and I know some of you already know me and you know this story, so sorry if you've heard it, but maybe you'll learn something new out of it today. For those of you who don't know me well, or you're new to my world, this story is important to what I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to take you back to 2020, when the entire world went into lockdown. We all remember. I remember April the 4th, specifically. This was the day the UAE declared, everybody stay at home. We couldn't leave our houses. And if you needed to go out, you had to get permits. It was crazy. Now, for some, nothing much changed except that they could go to work and they could attend their meetings still in their boxers or in their pajama bottoms. But for others, like entertainers, musicians, restaurant owners, fitness trainers, coaches, whose living revolved around meeting in person, this was a case of DSD. Do something different or watch your business dissolve. It was a scary time for so many. It was a scary time for me, and it was a scary time for my family. You see, my husband hadn't been working for quite some time, so my income was supporting our entire family. Now, we live in the UAE, school fees, mortgage, life is expensive here. And although my coaching business was doing really well and I was booked out solid prior to the pandemic, and I was really proud of that, we were still eating into our savings, and this pandemic then threatened our entire existence as we knew it. Could we stay in the UAE? What would happen? So this was really the last thing that we needed. I know it's the last thing that anybody needed. Or was it? So I say it was a scary time, but it was also an exciting time. Fear and excitement are very closely connected. And it was the excitement of having the opportunity to be able to DSD, do something different, that then pushed me forward. And that's what I did. I took what little we had left in our savings and I invested in a mentor who could teach me how to grow an online coaching business. Now, that decision on its own was really difficult. I had to swallow Quite a few times I had to suppress the butterflies in my stomach because I didn't know if it was going to work out. But sometimes you have to take a chance. Maybe you've listened to the episode with my mentor, John Pempathy, who I ended up working with. If not, it's episode number 7, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes because it's really an insightful and inspiring episode as well. John taught me how to change my approach to reduce working in one-to-one and start working in one-to-many instead. He taught me how to set up and run video ads, how to set up automations, YouTube, automated webinars that could bring in new clients, and then how to teach them through group coaching programs, all from the comfort of my own home. Now, within a couple of months only, instead of paling into insignificance, my business was earning more than at any other time, and the investment that I had put into learning these skills had paid for itself multiple fold. Now, those businesses who at the time were able to quickly pivot were the ones that came out stronger than ever before. It was adapt or become irrelevant. And here we are 4 years later, and my business is thriving in the digital space. And this is a space that I initially hesitated to enter. Now, I'm sharing this with you because doing something different, especially in challenging times, can lead to unexpected opportunities and significant personal and professional growth. Life is funny. It throws you curveballs just when you think everything is going great and you've got it all figured out. So these last weeks, I've been at another crossroads where I've again had to DSD. Our tried and true 12-week mentorship program that we've been successfully getting our clients results with for the last 3 years isn't hitting the mark anymore as being interesting for new potential clients. And here's why. The world has changed, and I feel attention spans are shorter, and the demand for quick fixes is louder than ever before. Live events are back, more people want to meet back in a room, so it was time for me to again DSD and develop a new program that could get our customers incredible results in a much shorter time frame, but still offering the same value of teaching, the same content, just with a different deliverable. And that's why we've set up our Speaking Success Accelerator program. And as I said earlier, you can still jump in. We've still got time for you to join in the month of March. Now, there's another reason, though, that I felt the need to DSD away from our 12-week coaching program. You see, I want to work with a group of enthusiastic people from start to finish, all the same people on the same journey, so you're all supporting each other and we've got a real community feel. But not only that, I also want to take some space between coaching. So when you'll have a 12-week coaching program, and it's indefinite, it just keeps rolling, there was never time or space for me to be able to take that break and work on other projects like this podcast, which is incredibly time-consuming, and my speaking career, and spending time with my family, with my husband, traveling, all those other things. And so it makes sense to not only offer a great new program that will get my clients' results faster, but also to allow me the space between to be able to be creative in other areas. Now I want to talk about you. Have you ever hit a plateau in your career, in your personal life, in your relationships, where you feel like you're running on a treadmill, but you're not going anywhere? You've got lots and lots of effort, but there's no movement. That's your cue to DSD. Change the routine, alter the course, do something that scares you just a little bit. It's in those moments when you're uncertain and you challenge yourself that you find your greatest growth. Even when things are going along comfortably, it's at the same tempo, you're going at the same pace, things are fine. Why not shake things up a bit? Surprise your spouse or your partner with something out of the ordinary and unexpected. Go do that one thing that you've always wanted to do because you wanted to do it, but maybe you held yourself back because your partner didn't want to do it. Go buy that digital course that you've been procrastinating over for months or maybe even years, even though you know that it will help you. And then commit to it. Show up. Put the work in. Get the results. Do something different. So many people I speak with are afraid to put themselves on camera or to go out and speak in front of an audience, to run a webinar. They say, I'm not ready. I still need to work on myself. I haven't fully mastered the skills yet. When will you ever be ready? Especially if you maintain that kind of attitude, then it will be never, because you will never have done it. You're waiting for perfection, but my friend, you'll be waiting there forever. There has to always be a first time. And guaranteed, your first time is not going to be your best, but that's okay. We learn from our mistakes, and that's what propels us forward. Yes, it can be scary, but the more you do it, the more comfortable it gets and the better you get. That's the power of DSD. Do something different. So what's your DSD going to be? Maybe it's signing up for that course that you've been eyeing. Might be launching a product that's been in development for far too long. Or starting a side hustle that you've been thinking about for ages. You're not quite sure what you want to do, but you know it's going to give you extra income and it might even be able to take over your whole career once you do it. Maybe it's having that conversation with your boss that you've been putting off. Maybe it's reaching out to that mentor that you've been too intimidated to contact. I've got some strong DSDs on my list. Some of those are reaching out to some potential podcast guests that I would love to invite on the show, but has that feeling of intimidation or imposter syndrome. Maybe we're not quite ready yet. But you never know if you don't give it a go. You never know if you don't ask. And so this is my motto going forward. Also, I'm going to be launching a new program for coaches and consultants to teach them all that I know about digital marketing. Now, again, there's that feeling inside saying, Lisa, what do you know about digital marketing? But I have to tell myself, hey, I'm doing it. I'm living it. I have gained my success by learning it myself and now being able to teach that back to others. Sometimes a DSD, a do something different, is uncomfortable. For sure, right? I give it, though, sometimes it could be less uncomfortable, but very often a DSD is uncomfortable. I'm going to call that person and ask them for help. I'm going to ask that person if they want to promote with me, or I'm going to see if that person wants to be my accountability partner. Fear of rejection is real. I get it. So I know that is scary in itself. That is uncomfortable. But when you know what you want, you're willing to put yourself out there more. I'm going to say that again. When you know what you want, you're willing to put yourself out there more. So getting very clear on our goals and what we want is really important. It doesn't even have to be big. It could be one small step. DSD doesn't have to mean dramatic changes. It could be a 1% shift. A 1% shift like, I usually don't book time in my calendar to work on something. I just find the time to do it. I know that's really bad. I'm just using this as an example. But on Friday at 10 a.m., I've got 2 hours to work on that project that Lisa has set me on Tuesday's coaching session. So everything she taught me Tuesday, I'm going to take it into Friday morning before our next coaching session, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get it done. I don't typically schedule that time, but I'm going to. That would be a 1% shift. It's not really going to make you super uncomfortable, but it's going to make a change. So I'm going to leave you with all of those thoughts. But before I do, I want you to think about one area where you've felt stuck. Think about it. Got it? Now I want you to commit to one action, one DSD, one action that you can do differently that could shake things up. It doesn't have to be monumental. Small shifts can lead to big changes. And remember, it's not about the outcome, it's about the courage to try something different. Go find the courage and go try something different. I'm going to leave you on that note. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Here is to stepping out of our comfort zones. And I say our because I'm with you on this, and embracing the growth that will come with it. Until next time, keep pushing, keep evolving, and most importantly, keep daring to do something different. Congratulations, you just finished another episode of Impact Through Voice. You're well on your way to making a positive impact in the world with your voice. If you want more, head on over to lisahugo.com/podcast for the show notes and all the links that we mentioned in this episode. And if you've enjoyed this episode, then please do us a favor, subscribe, and also leave us a review. It really does make a difference. Both myself and my team love to read your comments, and it helps inspire future episodes. Hey, we might even read your review on one of our future episodes. So stay tuned. And until next time, keep speaking your truth and making an impact through your voice.